Hey everyone, I'm your astrologer Brittany with Horoscope.com. Here are 3 things you need to know in order to make today, Saturday, January 26th, 2019, a success. Now the first thing I want to talk about is going to be right here where the moon is in the Libra. When the moon's in Libra, it brings our attention to relationships, working with other people one-on-one, as well as judging some of our progress so far and trying to find a little bit more of the balance in our lives. Now what we've got going on early this morning while many of us are sleeping is this moon in Libra over here in a sextile to Jupiter and Sagittarius. That is very, very positive here, helping us to get a new perspective on our relationships in some way. Think differently about relationships, or maybe even, feel better, feel more excited and more optimistic about what we are doing with people in our lives. It doesn't have to do with people exactly. You can just be emotionally. Emotionally, maybe there's an opportunity to just feel a little bit more excited about what's going on. An hour after that, so not too long, this moon is then going to move further through Libra and make an opposition over here to Mars and Aries. And what that could definitely bring are some big feelings that could come up. To me, whenever you get the moon in aspect to Mars, it can bring feelings on strong. It can bring feelings on fast. So perhaps there could be a lot of emotions that you feel after getting more excited about relationships, about your life, about what is to come. Perhaps as well you could be trying to figure out with the opposition to Mars, now that you are excited, what you need to do to keep the passion up yourself, but how you can also partner with people and balance your own needs against the needs of others. The next alignment that's going to happen is then going to be maybe a few hours later as we're starting to wake up and move around. What's going to happen then, this moon in Libra is then going to make a sextile over to Venus, which is very close, running very close to Jupiter. This again is going to be a lot about relationships, with Venus being the planet of relationships, of money, an opportunity here for us to feel more comfortable in our life, maybe as a result of us doing some things or figuring out how we could balance our own needs against the needs of others. I feel this is going to be a positive alignment to help us again feel more comfortable with what we're doing, with where our life is going, and with some different situations that may have recently occurred in regards to relationships and with money. Okay, so that's going to happen there. The next alignment that's going to occur is going to be right before lunchtime, and that's when things maybe get a little bit challenging. That's when this moon in Libra is then going to make a square over here to Pluto in Capricorn. And what that could bring are some very strong, very heavy feelings about relationships that could occur a lot around lunchtime. Sometimes with Pluto, you also get fears and insecurities. Fears and insecurities about where your relationships are going, about whether or not you can work with your relationships to accomplish some things that are important to you, to put your life in a better direction. That could be the challenge, okay? It's not just enough to get excited about your life, about what you're doing, about working with people, about money. You also have to use these resources and things in the right ways that can help you to put your life in a different or a better place that you feel resonates with you inside. That could just be a little bit of the challenge. Okay, working things out with relationships though is going to be important. To not be afraid to rearrange your relationships and to work with people to achieve the things that it is that you want and need. That's because after this happens, right around dinner time, this moon in Libra is then going to square the nodal axis. You've got the north node here and the south node here. And whenever a planet squares the nodal axis, to me it becomes very, very important. Sometimes planets that square the nodal axis we either don't want to do, or we forget to do, or we hesitate to do. And in this case, with the moon in this spot, it's saying you cannot forget to deal with relationships, to address your feelings about relationships and the feelings of the other people in your life. And once you figure that out and address those things, then it's going to be easier for you to progress and to move forward, feeling better about your life, more comfortable, and making progress in a more positive way to do some of the things that you want and need in order to feel more comfortable. Okay, so that's going to happen there. The last thing that's going to happen after this, I know the moon's doing a lot today, but the last alignment it's going to make is going to be right maybe after bedtime for some of us. And this moon, as it moves further through Libra, is then going to make an opposition here to Uranus and Aries. This could bring up some unexpected events or some unexpected insights about relationships and about your role with the people in your life. Perhaps there was a lot that went on during the middle of the day and around dinner time to make sure that you were working with people in the right ways, to address some of your feelings about relationships and something that was going on there to make sure that everything was running smoothly. And perhaps as a result of you taking the time out to focus on other people, it started to help you here at the nighttime to feel more free to do the things that you want and need that are important to you because you spent that time earlier today doing what needed to be done. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to talk about today with the moon. There's a lot of new and exciting things going on in your life, new chapters with people, new beliefs about your life, more passion, but you can't let all of that die. You have to figure out how to take this excitement and how to transform it or use it to help you change your life for the better, and how to take all this excitement and to really commit to it and building a life from it, right? If you can focus on people, people's feelings, your feelings about people, it's going to help make that much easier. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, maybe I'll go here, Mercury and the Sun. Mercury is coming into a conjunction with the Sun here in Aquarius. This to me can give us big insights about our life, about our future, about where our life is going, especially now that more and more planets are getting through Capricorn, that Saturn and Pluto are getting closer and closer into a conjunction. I think we're starting to make some very, very big change in our life to put our life in some different direction. And because we are making these changes and adjusting our life to be something that's more personal and more heartfelt to us, it is then going to help us with Mercury here in a conjunction with the Sun to get more insights about our life, to see the future more clearly, because now we're doing things that really resonate to us, that are really meaningful to us. We're committing to these things, and for that reason, doors are opening up in front of us. Insights are coming here about what is next, what needs to unfold, about what inspires us, about where we see our life going, that I really, really like a lot. And I think here with this alignment, my second point, needing to be open to receive insights in new and different ways about your life and to envision a better future and to let it unfold right before you. Now, the third and last thing that I want to talk about, perhaps maybe I'll go here. We also have Mars coming into a square with Pluto in the next few days. This is a little bit of a challenging alignment because this can definitely bring up fears. It can bring up anger. It can sometimes bring up insecurities. This has a lot to do with how we do things to get what it is that we want. Maybe our life is changing in a very positive way. Maybe we're starting to work with our relationships in a more committed way to move forward on some of the things that it is that we want and need. However, we could still feel a little frustrated that even though we are making progress, things are changing, that we aren't making progress in exactly the way that we want to make it, that all of the progress hasn't been made at once. Maybe we could also be a little bit confused about how to do the things that we now need in these new circumstances to get to that future that it is that we see. And I think with this alignment, needing to calm down, needing to not get so upset, needing to watch some of your emotions, especially some of your subconscious fears and insecurities, so that they don't play out through your actions and then create situations that are really worse than they are or need to be at this time. I think things are starting to look better. We're starting to come into better and new exciting chapters in our life. It's just a matter of watching your impulses and watching your reflexes and adjusting your actions to be something different to match these new circumstances, instead of clinging to an old script that no longer works and getting fearful about how the tides are changing. So that is your daily planetary forecast for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.